for any bid manager, it is very important, or any professional as such, it is very important that your credentials are well maintained and well understood by the entire professional community and the industry by itself. And LinkedIn is one such platform. It is like the Facebook for professionals, and you can not only network, but the perception people form about you is 70% or 60% or 70% of the people, the recruiters or hiring managers, they, the first thing they do once they get a resume, or once they see a resume, is to go to the LinkedIn profile and check the LinkedIn profile, because that tells a lot about your story. So basically your LinkedIn profile tells your story. So you have to see that you have a story which is compelling and interesting for the people who are going to hire you, or even people who are going to network with you, or to be in your connect. So moving there, let us start understanding what basically optimization of LinkedIn means, and what you can do on the optimization of the LinkedIn. And then we will go out and see on LinkedIn itself how those things can be done. So basically the optimization of LinkedIn profile means that your profile gets the visibility, your LinkedIn profile gets the visibility, and your network, or your in network, or your social index, the professional social index, that increases. Now for that reason, there are a couple of things which you need to do. The first thing is your profile picture, because that's the first thing people look at when they go into a profile. And that's where the eye goes, the human nature. By human nature, people want to see how you, not because they want to judge you whether you're handsome or you're beautiful, but they want to see the decency of the person whom they are going to network with, or they are going to hire with. So basically your picture in your profile picture should be very approachable. It should not look like that, okay, should I even like to talk, would I even like to talk to it? It should not be very serious, or it should not be very casual also. So it has to be a very professional, with a face, a full face scene, someone looking at whose picture you feel like this person can be approached. So that's why you have to be approachable and human, basically, because another human being is seeing you. How do you want that human being to feel about you? That sense should come out from your profile picture. We will discuss, we will see different examples and see how the profile pictures matter. And also about a profile picture, not having a picture is a very bad thing to be in when you are on LinkedIn. If you're not putting your picture in your profile, it is really a bad thing to do. People will really become suspicious about you. Like, who is this person? He doesn't have even have a picture on the profile. And even having a picture which is very casual, flamboyant, that reason also will give a very different perception, or a negative perception. So have a very professional picture, not necessarily that you have to go to a studio, or you can even take it with your phone, but see that it covers your face and has got a neutral background. Don't show the background, like I have seen photographs with backgrounds of the New York, some Wall Street, or some towns. Those are really not impressive, or Paris, or the Tower of Paris, and all those things. But they are not. If you are trying to show people that you had been to Paris, it doesn't impress anyone actually. Rather, it creates a very negative impression. So create a very profile with a very poignant picture, and it should be. You should look approachable and human. Okay. The second thing is your headline. Because that's the next line, or the next thing what people remember. People just remember that people have got very short attention, and they want to, the moment they are looking at it, they are interpreting, or they are making a sense out of what they are seeing and what they are reading. So when they are reading or looking at your picture, or they're reading about you, they are forming a picture about you, they are forming a perception about you. And if that perception is not right, and if that perception is not exactly what you want, then there is a contention, there is a clash of of what you want to see or what you want to show and what people are seeing. So try to avoid that. So your headline should be very bold to express your aspiration. Now, express your aspiration in the sense is basically what is that you want to do, or what, if you are even working, what is that you want to achieve. That is your aspiration, because your aspiration inspires others that, okay, this person has got a great aspiration, let me connect with him. Or this person has an aspiration to be something and I need someone of that role, let me connect with him. So be bold to express your aspiration. Even if you are looking for a new job, even if you are looking for a new job and you are bold to state that, maybe because people who are working, they would not like to put that, like looking for a new job or looking for a new opportunity. Or you can still say open for an opportunity, open for a challenging opportunity in bid management. Or you can still say, if you are not having a job in hand, you can always very clearly say waiting for the next opportunity to create business, or to be the best bid manager, or to win more bids. So that one headline statement can really make a big difference. Okay. The next part is your summary. Summary is something which anybody, when they read, now they are elaborating on the perceptions which you have made. Okay. Now you have said that you want to be a competent or accomplished bid manager or something like that, and your summary is entirely different from what your aspirations are. Now that creates a gap, that creates a mental gap, that this guy says in his headline that he wants to be the best bid manager or he's looking for a job, and in his summary he is saying some other story, something based on other things. So your summary should be something which is aligned to your headline, and summary is the best place where you can actually pitch yourself. This is like your elevator pitch. In that one limited number of words in summary, you should be able to share your accomplishment, share the value which you carry as a professional. So that is what your accomplishment says. And summary, also remember one thing, LinkedIn is something like a search engine. Recruiters use it as a search engine. Professionals who want to generate leads or network, they use it as a search engine. And like any search engine, LinkedIn also uses keywords to basically bring your profile when anybody searches on that particular word or a set of related words. So your summary should be also having those keywords which you are targeting at. Okay. So basically, if you are a bid manager, all keywords related to bid management, like bid qualification, bid summarization, bid management plan, all, as many number of words which you can relate to bid or proposal, somewhere they should come out in your summary. At least the 4 or 5 keywords which we are related to, which are related to the job function which you do, that should be a part of your summary, because that will help your profile to get ranked higher when anybody is actually searching for a particular keyword. Okay. The next thing is your experience. Now the experience section, many a times, and most of the times I see people writing very vague statements. Working as bid manager, responsible for end-to-end bid management, and maybe a few billeted tasks. Nobody has got the right to read through first thing of what unless it catches their eye. So be confident to state your value. So your experience, if you are working in an organization, be bold enough to state that you are responsible for the entire bid process, or you manage the entire bid team that wins a amount of bid or amount of revenue or sales revenue, or you generate sales revenue of this amount, or you have won this many number of bids. So try to bring out your value, because people will be looking at your experience and they will be trying to understand, okay, even if this guy has an experience of 5 years or 10 years in bid management, what is the professional value he has? Your experience or the number of years you have spent in the organization is not your value, unless you tell what value you have created. So that value can be your win rate, that value can be your maybe even the proposal content which you have created, or the process optimization in proposal management what you have done. That is your value, what you have done. Other than that, your role specifically talks about the function. So basically be very clear in stating your value. Your value should come out uh, very outstandingly in your experience, because that is what the people look at. And the fifth thing is basically the endorsements and the recommendation, also your skill sets. So basically you can add your skill sets. Don't add a whole set of skill sets. Add skill sets which are very important and which are very critical to the function which you are in, and a few of the adjoining skills. So some skills which are adjoining. So basically you can say that your experience, or if you have got a diverse experience, like you had been into project management and then you have moved into bid management, then possibly add your skills related to project management. If you had been into business analysis and then moved into bid management, add your skills related to business analysis. So whatever skills you add, that should somewhere relate to the experience which you have. So build your skill sets in that sense. And then your endorsements and recommendations. Be open to ask for endorsements. If you have your manager, your past managers, your ex-managers, ask them for your endorsement for the work which you have done. Ask for the recommendation, ask for their recommendations. Your past manager's recommendation or your current manager's recommendation is the best thing to have. Okay. Or even your teammates' recommendation, or somebody at a senior. Always try to get endorsement from somebody who is at least one level up than your role. Or else it will look like, okay, you have done some sort of manipulation with your colleagues or your friends and ask, okay, you recommend me, I will recommend you. Those sort of things become very evident. But if your manager is recommending you, or your senior manager or one up or two up is recommending you, that brings in a lot of value. But endorsement you can ask from your colleagues. You can have a lot of your colleagues and ask those colleagues to endorse you. So be open to ask for recommendation. People think like, should I ask for the endorsement now, or should I ask for recommendation? Go out and first do the endorsement for your other friends you are in your network. Okay, now in your network, similar type of professionals who you have worked in them in the past. Go and endorse them. When you endorse them, they feel obligated to endorse you for your skills. So increase your endorsements. Again, recommendations. Go and recommend your manager or your senior manager your experience, praise him, and then ask for a recommendation. Now, don't do it back to back. It will look like you recommended the person only because you wanted a recommendation. So give some time to them to see, and do endorsement and ask endorsement and recommendations only from those who are active on LinkedIn. If somebody has a profile but never visits that profile or is not active on LinkedIn, you endorse them and ask for their endorsement, they will never know even, because they don't open up LinkedIn. They are not active on LinkedIn. So look at the person's activity and then ask for the recommendation or ask for the endorsement. Okay. So that's all. These are the 5 key things which you need to do when you have to basically optimize your profile on LinkedIn. And optimizing your profile on LinkedIn is helping you in 2 ways. One, making you look professional. The perception of the person who is either looking to network with you or planning to hire you, he will form a positive impact. This is your first impression. Your resume is this is the impression, but your resume may have your photograph or may not have your photograph, but then again, you have crafted it. But your LinkedIn is somewhere much more professional and a profile which brings in a much more creates a much more professional impact, positive impact when it is done in the in the right way. And the second thing is that if you have the right keywords in your summary and your headline, your visibility increases. Whenever a recruiter or a employer or a hiring manager is searching for somebody, it increases your probability of showing up higher or your profile ranking increasing. So that is basically the purpose of optimization. So we'll just stop over here and see if anybody has any questions before I show you how actually it happens in LinkedIn. So any questions, please? You can unmute yourself and ask the questions.
Hi Abhijit, this is Yash.
Yes, yes.
Abhijit, I just wanted to know one question, one thing. There is the SSI score for each and every respective LinkedIn members. So
Right.
generally, what should be the LinkedIn? What should be the SSI score for as a bid manager? What should be the SSI score of my LinkedIn profile?
See, SSI score is dependent on multiple parameters. It is not only about your LinkedIn profile. It is also about how you are interacting on LinkedIn. How are you actually interacting on LinkedIn, or you are a static member of LinkedIn who is only consuming information? How are you contributing to LinkedIn? Are you basically writing content? Are you reading others' content, making other, even a smiley or a yes or liking is actually maybe an interaction, but it does not impact your SSI score more, anything more. How many people are visiting your profile? How many times are you being seen in a search results? All these factors, they impact your SSI. Ideally, your SSI index should be something around 60 to 70%. That's a fair SSI index to have. You should rank somewhere in the top 20 also. If you are ranking in the top 20 percentage of your bid of that particular role, of similar categories, then also it is good. Okay, but your SSI score always increases when you are contributing content on LinkedIn. Okay, and the more visits people have on your content, the more views people have of your content, the more your SSI score increases. Because the more content, because what happens, you write a piece of content, somebody doesn't know you, he's in your second network, he doesn't know you. Now he reads your content, finds your content interesting, either makes a comment or goes to your profile and looks into your profile. Okay, now this is a second level person who has never known you. He is going and looking at your profile and he is interacting on LinkedIn, okay, with you. He
Okay.
sends you a LinkedIn connect request. Okay, so
Okay.
that person is that means your social index is increasing. You have a social index which is interesting for the other person. Your social index does not increase only by you, it increases by other people looking at your profile, interacting with your content, sending you a sending you a connect request. With all these things, your LinkedIn connect your social index increases. And also remember one thing: social index is not calculated only by the number of profiles or number of people who visit your profile. It also depends on what type of people who are visiting your profile. Are those people related to you from professionally? Are they from the same industry? Are they from the same level or same level of experience level? Who is actually visiting? So LinkedIn uses a lot of AI algorithms at its back end to judge whether
Okay.
this person is creating value in the society, in the profession, in the virtual society. Okay, that is what increases your social index.
Okay. Okay. And if you don't mind, can you please tell us that what is the LinkedIn SSI score at this moment for yours?
Mine was something, I have not checked it recently, but I was in the top 1% and it was something around 75 or 76, I think. 76%.
Oh
And
wow.
it It also depends. It also depends on how much your LinkedIn profile is complete. Have you completed their entire profile, LinkedIn profile, or not? If you leave something around and you don't complete it, it is so it's just 20, because when you are creating a LinkedIn profile or updating a LinkedIn profile, it shows you the percentage of completion. Okay, if your
Yeah.
percentages of completion is less than 50 or 60, then your SSI index goes down. So you have to complete whatever information you are giving. You have to at least you have to provide that information. The moment LinkedIn finds that you have not added your skills, your SSI index goes down. The moment it finds that don't have any endorsements, it goes down. So
Okay.
there are
Okay.
multiple parameters on which the SSI index is calculated.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Any other question before I switch to LinkedIn and start showing you how this is what we talked about: profile, headline, summary.
Yeah, Abhijit.
Abhijit, this is go ahead.
Sorry, Abhijit. This is Prashant Gupta.
Yeah.
I want to have a small question that the resume which we are putting in our Naukri profile and other thing. This is the content what we put in the resume. It should be matched to the LinkedIn profile content, or it should be like how to uh, uh, go ahead in LinkedIn. Either in we have to put the same bullet points, same experience, or same headline and same summary, or it should be different from other perspective.
Very good question, Prashant, and I will answer you in very obedient. It's a really a good question, and it's a really a challenge. Also, understand one thing: your resume should be always tuned to the job which you are offering, which you are applying for. Okay, your resume is basically to show your candidature for the specific job which you are applying for. Okay, your LinkedIn profile is a public profile. Okay, there has to be some level of uniformity. Basically, the LinkedIn basically should be a proof to support your resume. Look at it from this point. Okay, proof to support your resume in this point is that your experience, you are showing 5 companies in your resume. Those 5 companies should at least appear in your LinkedIn profile. Okay, the roles which you are calling yourself, you have worked in those 5 profiles. In the roles which you are putting in your resume, those roles may be roles should be there, but the description of the roles which you are doing, they may be much more elaborated in your resume. They may not be of that level of elaboration in your LinkedIn profile. What needs to be more in LinkedIn profile is all about your accomplishments. Your accomplishment should be there in your resume, but in your LinkedIn profile, those accomplishments should be more higher, because you are attracting people. Like it is like think of your LinkedIn profile like your personal website. Now, what would you like to put in your website, and what actually you are? What you are is your resume. When you are going for a job, or when you are applying for a job, your resume has to be tweaked or tuned as per that particular job description, and those things which are the key asks in that job description should be more focused or should be more elaborated. In the case of a LinkedIn profile, that may not be necessarily needed. That it should be more generalized. But what you need to bring out more in your LinkedIn profile is your skills and your accomplishments. Okay, because anyway, he has the resume with them. They have the resume, or they may ask for the resume after looking at your LinkedIn profile. Okay, does that answer you, Prashant?
Yeah, it's fine. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Supriya, go ahead, please.
Yeah, Abhijit, what I wanted to know is, I'm not sure if this is a related topic, but you mentioned about contributing to content and posting content on LinkedIn in order to affect your SSI score. Now, I have a different dilemma here. I keep on posting content, but my other worry is though a lot of people view the content, but the likes that I get or the comments that I get is hardly a 1.5 to 2% conversion rate of the likes versus the people who have viewed the feed or viewed my post or content. So are there any tips to increase that, or is it the right amount of tagging that's necessary, or how do I increase the likes or the comments also?
Very good question, Supriya. The thing is, you have to have one thing in mind very clearly. What we call is the target audience. Whom are you targeting that content? If you are writing, either if you are writing a something which is interesting in general for everyone, in that case it's a different thing. But in that case, the content should be compelling, that everybody see what do we like and what do we not like. We like something. The first thing of liking is where we can relate. If I can't relate to something, I don't even care to read enough of it. Okay, but if I can relate to it, possibly I read it. I may agree or I may disagree, but I have read your content and I may even respond to that. Even if I have a contrarian view to your content, I will respond to it. I will like it because I am responding to it. I will not respond to something which I don't like unless it is a very conflicting thought. Unless it is a very conflicting thought, and I don't think anybody puts a very conflicting thought, and or somebody, and even if somebody puts a conflicting thought, nobody wants to go out and bash him out on LinkedIn. We don't do that. That's basically a etiquette, a professional etiquette. Okay, it may be his thought. Let him live with his thought or her thoughts. Okay, so we don't do that generally. It doesn't happen unless somebody just wants to be a contrarian and wants to. People use that also as a opportunity. Definitely. Now, the reason of not getting likes, and I have faced it and for years. Okay, I used to think that okay, I am writing this great content, I am writing this great experience, but then it used to get thousands of views, but maybe likes only in 2 digits, 30, 20, 40.
Right. No,
Like
mine is also hardly 1.5 to 2% of the views.
Yeah.
So I may get views of say something in the range of 3,500, 4,000, but the likes, again, as you rightly mentioned, would hardly be in 2 digits.
Exactly. Remember one thing, in LinkedIn, if you are getting around 5% of likes, it is a great content. Your content will be trending. So this content, I don't know if how many of you read that content on design thinking, applying design thinking principles in RFPs, in proposals.
Yeah.
Now that content got so many views and a good number of likes, and that content became trending in sales enablement hashtag, in proposal management hashtag. Okay, it became a trending.
Okay. So for trending, you mentioned the criteria is to have a 5%.
Yes, that's 5% of people are getting engaged with you. They are and it is not only liking; they are also commenting on it.
Right.
So when you are writing whenever this is your question is basically related to the LinkedIn content strategy. Okay, that's an entirely different thing, and possibly we can do another webinar on LinkedIn content strategy. And this is something which I have learned on writing on LinkedIn for last 8 years. I am on LinkedIn from 2008, I believe. So, so it took me so many years to actually experience it. So whatever I'm sharing is basically all my experience in that. So LinkedIn content writing, I have seen, is either you are telling a story which others can relate with, okay, or you are helping people out and people are finding something which is a takeaway from them. So a takeaway from them actually gets the maximum number of likes. Like people see something and they say that okay, I got this from this, there's a takeaway from here. Even if it is a PowerPoint, and now that earlier LinkedIn didn't have that, you could attach documents, downloadable documents. Now that you have the LinkedIn downloadable document, you can download documents from LinkedIn posts. If you are attaching a document or downloadable content, you get maximum number of likes, because people feel the gratitude. Like is expression of a gratitude. Okay, so when people feel that, yeah, I am taking away something from this which is of some value to me, let me express my gratitude by liking it. If they find it engaging, they interact, they comment. Okay, one thing again which LinkedIn also detects, like we at times we hashtag, and we hashtag people to get to in some people and we network with people, and we see that, okay, this person has got a big network. So if I hashtag him, possibly people within his network, that is people who are in my second or third network degree connects, they may look into my profile, they may like it, they may read it. If that objective is if that intention is to share a value with that second degree or third degree of network, and people are coming and looking at it and either liking it or downloading it, it creates your social index also increases, as well as your basically your trending index also increases. Okay, your chances of your post getting trended is here. So they calculate that, okay, people within your network, if they like it, for example, you will get 1 point. If people from your second network get like it or comment on it or view it, you get 5 points. But if people from the third network come in, like and comment on it, you get 10 points. Okay, but
Okay.
what is driving them to do it? It is the quality of the content. It is the, and when I say the quality of the content, it is not about the language or the thing. It is about the value that content is contributing. Is it intriguing? Is it interesting for somebody to read? Is somebody engaging with it? So it is more about the content quality and the topic, which basically, now if I write about artificial intelligence, okay, and I share that in the bid management community, or I hashtag APMP India, I will get a very few likes, or I may get a few likes, because people feel obligated. Okay, he has written it, let me at least like it. Okay, but I will get maximum reads, but I will get very low engagement in that content. But if I write on opportunity qualification and I put it in I hashtag APMP and APMP India and proposal management and bid management, people will always read it. They will like it. If they find my content to be valuable, they will like it, and they will engage with it. Okay, so it totally depends for whom you are writing, who is your target audience, and are you including target audience in your content strategy. Okay, so your content, that is entirely on the LinkedIn content strategy. And that's a very interesting thing also to learn, that how some people, you will see, I will show you some people, they write so vague content, but still their content gets to the top, because they know those tricks. Okay, and then I will show you when I get to LinkedIn. I will show you some content. You will say, what is this content? But you will see the number of likes on that content or the number of views of that content. It is astonishing, because they are targeting it to that particular segment, where that for us, maybe for bid managers or proposal managers or professionals with years of experience, it may not be interesting. But for that particular cadre, it is very interesting. For that particular segment, it is very interesting. So that is the secret behind the content, getting the like and the engagement. So basically, you have to increase your content engagement. Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions, or should we move into LinkedIn?
Yeah, we should.
I think we should. Okay, so I will stop sharing this screen, and I'll come back to this screen, because there's another thing which I want to show. So I will stop sharing this, and I will get back to LinkedIn, and I will start my LinkedIn screen. Share screen. So can you see my LinkedIn screen now?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me explain you. I think I will very shortly touch upon the points which I talked about and share. So let me just go to my profile and show you my profile and how I have tuned my LinkedIn profile and how what sort of views I am getting on my LinkedIn profile. Okay. Now, if you see, I said the headshot. The first thing is your headshot. Okay, that is basically your profile picture. Now, this is one profile picture in which I am not saying it is looking very great or it is something, but at least the person who looks at it feels that, yeah, this person is approachable. I can talk to this person. I can contact this person. Okay, that is the first thing to do. Now, second thing is basically your headline over here. So I am trying to put in whatever I want people to know about me. What is my aspiration? What is my passion? Okay, I am a sales enablement and proposal consultant. That is about my profile. I'm a trainer. I'm a proposal automation expert, and I'm also in the director board of the government I'm one of the directors in the governing board of APMP. Now, this is the perception I want people to have it. Other than that, you have this background picture over here. Okay. Now, this is also a very big retail space which you have, which you can use very effectively. Okay. Mine is not that great, but I will show you somebody who is basically very good in that. This person, Neil Patel. Now, he is a SEO expert. Now look at how he has utilized this space. Okay, he is an independent consultant. He wants people. He is a SEO consultant. He is one of the top leading SEO consultants in the world. Now he wants those people to look at him, and those people who are interested in having more traffic or more business. Those businesses who are interested in having more traffic on their website to connect with him, because he can generate the leads out of it, he can generate business out of it. And he has put in all his skills right over here. What all services he provides, he has put it right over here. Now, he has put it in such a way that people will read it and understand what Neil Patel does. Want more traffic? That is interesting. That's a hook. And how can you get more traffic? Through SEO, through content marketing, through PPC, all that what Neil Patel does. And if this interests you, connect with me. Connect. Okay. So this is one way where you can not only use your profile. So look at his profile picture. He looks so cool, so approachable. And then you also have this space which actually is telling all about him, what he wants to do, what he can. Now, this is basically utilization or optimization of LinkedIn profile. He has, then next let us go to his header line. He is giving his header line, okay, co-founder at Neil Patel Digital. Okay. Now, he's a he's a entrepreneur. So basically, let us not get into that. Let us go into somebody else's profile. Okay, let me look at Nanda. Now, Nanda Kumar Das, okay, he is a director of bid and proposal management at Genpact. But he's also a motivational speaker, and he has a very strong academic background, being the Dean's Lister at ISP. So how coolly he has brought in, and how he has utilized his landscape here. He has used he got an award from the Prime Minister of India. So think of the impression which you are building when once anybody looks at your profile here. Okay. So this is exactly how you can optimize your headshot and this space here for attracting people on you. Now getting down, now look at Nanda's, let us look at about Nanda, basically the summary. Now the way he has written his summary, so he has given his summary and he has given his work experience and he has also given his strengths over here. Now anybody who has interest in Nanda will go out and then see, okay, this person has got all this experience and these are his strengths. Now that introducing, and he will look down and say, okay, let me see what all activities has this guy been doing. Has he been contributing to LinkedIn, or is he, and how engaged is he on LinkedIn? Now he can go and he can see all his activities, all the articles he has written, all the posts he has written, and everything you can see right from here. And look, his profile is intriguing and bringing everybody to go from one step to another step. The moment a person loses his interest, they will switch, because attention is that most critical thing. So basically here he is writing about himself. He has featured what about what something which he wants people to know about him. Okay, now then he is basically describing his experience, and in experience he is again giving right over here information. There are many other profiles which you can look at, and let me show you my profile. Now I know it is not a very great, it was a very bad profile at least a couple of years back, but since I started working on my profile, I like earlier in I remember 2016 when I left my ended my corporate stint from Zensar. My network was around, although I was a very prominent, I was very active on LinkedIn, but still my network was only around 2000 or 2200 or something. From 2016 to 2020 now, my network is, let me see, 8088. And see, these many number of people are already waiting for me to accept my, and people from manager, who is a manager in Deloitte, proposal developer at AT&T, manager operations. So every day I am getting at least 5 to 6 network connections. Okay, request to connect with me. So I have total today I have 8088, which is fairly good. People have 20. LinkedIn has a maximum of 30,000 people whom you can have in your network. But yeah, 8,000 is fairly okay, and the way it is growing, I'm happy with that. Okay, now let me go back to my profile and show you how my profile looks like. Okay, now here if you see about me, I have tried to describe what all things I do, and I also have included the keyword sales, proposal, strategist, bid, proposal, management, coach, APMP certified professional, okay, DraftSpark, Xerox, whatever things I want people to my basically coming out in back in search results. And also then I have included in my feature my product which I represent, which I have my online boot camps which I conduct, and then again like the impact, the session I conducted in the APMP convention, that also all other impacts. If I have to show all the featured, so I can include like the articles which I have written, and obviously then the awards which I have got. Okay, so all those things I have put in over here in the feature, so that when people are reading my profile, they are creating a perception about me. Now if you see here, this is my 1 week's this is basically your 1 week, you get the data here is 1 week data. It is refreshed every week. So in this week 919 people viewed my profile. My articles got a view of 1012 views, and I appeared for search for 265 times. And if I see this, go into details, I will see where people are coming from. So people, where are my searchers working? They are working in Infosys, Capgemini, Cognizant, Sterlite, Johnson Controls. So all these top IT companies, somebody from these top IT companies is looking for me. And what do my searchers do? Either they are salesperson, they are consultants, they are founders, 3% are software developers, 2% are business strategists. And what are they looking for? They are looking for lead, career coach, bid director, information technology specialist, bid manager. Now that means anybody who is searching for lead or a leadership role is seeing my profile. Anybody who is searching for a career coach, basically because I have put that word trainer there, that is being linked to career coach. Bid director, because I have been in a leadership position and bid and proposal management. So I have, now you will not see bid director in my SEO, in my about us or in my summary, but I am still getting reflected in a search for bid director, information technology specialist, because I have been working in IT and I have a specialized skill or something, so I am reflecting over there. So this is where exactly you can actually improve. This is the data. These are the data points. Go and look into your profile in your data points and see where you are, what is happening around you, and then try to optimize first your picture, second your headline, and third your summary. Okay, these are the most critical ones. Next is basically your experience. Now this is where you decide about what your experience has to be. Now here you can actually include all your accomplishments. Okay, you summarize your accomplishments. Some of the accomplishments you can summarize in your feature. Here you can include your summarization. If you have done a good presentation, if you have been participative in a webinar, or you have written an article, you can always include that. You have created a YouTube video, you can always use that in your featured over here. And if you have done some accomplishment in that organization, you can include that. I have included the accomplishments I had in my Zensar, in my Mastech, and all other areas. Okay. Then comes your education. This is not that important, or people really do not want, they only maybe looking at the verified. But then again, your licenses and certifications. So how many certifications do you have? How many licenses do you have? Those come out. And this is another area where people see, mostly people look at HR managers, they look at what is that other thing you do other than your professional experience. Are you adding any value to the society, to the community, or what is your specific interest area? Because this tells you about what you are trying to do. So your voluntary experience comes over here. And the next is your skill sets. Basically here, what people have endorsed you for. So you can see the number of skills over here and what people have endorsed you for. So how many people have endorsed you for that? That creates your, basically that gives you that credibility that, okay, so many people say that, okay, there are people who are saying that Abhijit is good for enterprise architecture. Okay, Abhijit is good in solution architecture. Abhijit is good in, say, business analysis. Abhijit is good in program management. Now, this is people's perception. Your endorsements are people's perception about you. And you ask people to endorse you for a particular skill. Then comes is your recommendations. Your recommendations, again, you have to ask for a recommendation. And you can ask for a recommendation only when you give a recommendation. So if you see, I have received 29 recommendations, but I have given 36 recommendations. So I have recommended more people, and I have got 29 people recommended. Many of them I have not recommended. I have not recommended any time Soren, or I have not recommended Pratik Jain. And these are people who are outside network, and sometimes there are many people inside network. But more importantly, what people look at are recommendations from somebody who has worked with you or who is at one level up. So basically, like Ravi Ramanathan, he was my boss when I worked for Zensar. Okay, although for a limited period. Now he has recommended me. Dipanjan Banerjee, he was my boss who is now a global client partner for Wipro. Now he has recommended me. Okay, Anurag Nautiyal, he was my colleague. He has recommended me. So basically, when you get a recommendation from somebody, either whom you have been recommending, whom you have been reporting to, or somebody who is at a higher level but you are not reporting, that makes a very big difference. Okay, that creates your credibility. So getting recommendations is also, so be open to go and ask for your credibility. All said and done. Other than that, one very important point is basically your contact. Many people, they do not update their contact. Basically, you can go to your intro and you can see what you have completed or not. But if you have not added your your contact info. So if you have not added your contact info, people will not be able to connect with you. So be open. You may not give your mobile phone number, but if you are looking for a job, please do. Please add your mobile phone number. That's the easiest way for people to reach you out. But at least provide a email ID where people can reach you. If you are not providing your contact info, that means you want to be secretive. Generally, people will believe that, oh, he wants to be secretive. He doesn't want to share information. So people will not approach you. So that is the point of being approachable. This is being human and this is being approachable. So provide your contact information. So this is how you can actually optimize your LinkedIn profile to get the visibility. Follow this, whatever I am sharing right now, your visibility will increase. The next level of visibility increase when you start engaging. That's what we will get into the second point. In the second slide. So is this clear? Is this a concept of optimization of LinkedIn profile clear? You have any questions? We can discuss that.
It's clear,
Okay.
Abhijit. Yeah.
Okay. So how many of you think that you need to do optimization of your profiles?
I do.
I definitely.
Yeah. Bharat here. So
Yeah,
to a certain extent, I need to.
Okay. And you know what you have to do, right?
And now I know. Actually, I've never given as much importance as I should have to the LinkedIn profile. So now I understand why I need to do it correctly. So I've done it, but then not to a level or a proper structure as you've shown. So probably a couple of tweaks here and there and stuff like that.
So find and keep experimenting with it. Okay. Don't look at the way people keep updating their websites. Think of your LinkedIn profile as your professional website. Okay. What people outside the world want to look at, people who and more now in the digital era, right? Now more than that, people will not be able to meet you. The only place they can meet you or know about you is your LinkedIn profile. So start playing around with and it's a fun. It's really a fun. Really, earlier I used to think like, okay, I write this content, nobody reads the content. What is the purpose of writing the content or not? But the moment you see one of your content getting all the views and getting trending, you get really charged up. You really get charged up, and you say, okay, if you see my posts, like my articles which I have written, they got 1,200 views, 100 view, the 147 what I wrote was 147 views, something, and now all of a sudden I write a post, and that post gets 15,326 views. Now, isn't that amazing? Isn't that like this post gets 3,076 views? So the moment you start seeing the results coming in, you start jumping for more. You can, it's like a hunger, like let me see how many views now, and then you form a collaboration sort of thing between different LinkedIn people, and you start, like one of my good friend Prasanjit. Now he is an avid LinkedIn guy, and like I say that every morning I wake up and the first thing I see on LinkedIn is your face. Okay, so he knows how to market himself and his company on LinkedIn. Okay, and look at his Prasanjit. Actually, yeah, I should show you Prasanjit's. Prasanjit was one of the speakers in one of our webinars.
Yeah, from entity data, right?
Yeah, Prasanjit.
So entity, yeah.
Yeah, entity. So look at his profile. So he has use this profile here, Leaders Excellence, Harvard Square. Okay, that is his branding. He has done his branding. He's a marketing guy. He knows how to do the branding. and then look at what he is doing here. Okay, featured everywhere, you can see him featured, and all these are coming from LinkedIn. Okay, his experience, he may not have written great things, but look at the way he's selling himself in the featured and about herself. Okay, so he has even included his personal website over here. Okay, and all this. So go and read some of the very trending profiles or trending people on LinkedIn. Look at how they have. You can always learn from somebody and look at it. And there's nothing wrong. Like you copy it, but copy it in your own style. Okay, create your own style. Okay, like what we call as the mashups. Look at 5 different profiles, find the best of it, and create the 6th one, which is better than all the 5. Okay, so try doing that, and you will really get the results. You will really see the things happen. Okay, so that's all about optimization. Let us touch upon, I think we have already exceeded the time, but let me touch upon the job search and networking part a little. So again, I am stopping the share and I will get back to the presentation, and then I will. Okay, so this is what we talked about: the profile picture, the headline, summary, and experience, endorsements, and recommendations. Is this clear? So we move ahead to the next. Okay, so networking on LinkedIn. Now, whom should we network on? Now, this is again another very interesting thing. The first thing which you need to do, LinkedIn has got millions of people on the earth who are on LinkedIn. Okay, but you have a limit that you can network with only 30,000 people. Even you cannot network with all the bid managers in India, because as per the LinkedIn survey or LinkedIn search results, it shows there are more than 70,000 bid managers. So you can only connect with 50% of them if you are connecting only with bid managers. Okay, but it is not that you have to connect only with bid managers. What is your purpose? If your purpose is lead generation or finding out new business opportunities, possibly you will connect with those people who have a decision making capability, or who can recommend, who understand your product and recommend you. But for us, let us for this session, let us understand that this is for people who will be looking out for jobs. Okay, so your status is that of a job searcher who is searching for jobs. Now, for that, who should be your target audience? Your target audience is going to be your recruiter and the hiring manager. So if you are going at a bid manager level, maybe the head of sales enablement or head of bid management, he is your recruitment manager. He is your hiring manager. And the recruitment manager will be somebody who is basically doing the talent search job. Okay, so they are your target audience. Now, when you're targeting your target audience, even before that, you have to be very clear about certain things. One thing is the companies where you want to target, to whom you want to target. Just don't go out and start connecting with all the recruiters in the world, all the recruiters in India. Because even if that recruiter is in India, are they hiring people for your specific location? Because you have a location constraint. You cannot go out of a particular location. So be selective about, or be focused about, the companies where you want to apply, the companies where you know there can be possible positions or they have positions. They are the easiest to target, or else you go very open. When you go very open and wide, your search results are also very wide. So if you are trying to search for a specific job, a specific role in a specific location, in a specific company, as the more you filter, the more specific you become, your target audience becomes more niche. Okay. So first thing is select your target audience. And when you select your target audience, specifically when you are targeting a hiring manager, obviously who is at a higher role than you, don't straight away jump and send a connect request. First, follow them. When you follow them, now there is a strategy behind this. I will explain you I will tell you the strategy. When you follow them, whenever this person makes a comment or does an activity on LinkedIn, you get a alert of it. Now, when you get an alert of it, you go and see what activity did that person do. Did that person post a comment? Did that person make a post or has written an article? And when they find that they have written an article or they have shared their views on a existing article or a post, read that post on which this person has made a comment or the post this person has written, and then comment like that person's comment and make a comment on that person's comment. What is that going to do? That is going to introduce you to that person, because that person will get a alert that Supriya has liked your content and has made a comment on your content on this particular post. So now that person knows Supriya. You are not connected with them, but they know that. Then next level, do it at least once. If that person is very active, do it for once or twice or thrice, so that that person gets familiar to your name, understands you. And then send a customized connection request. Customized connection request is where you add a note. Don't say connect and simply follow the LinkedIn. I want to connect with you. These days, I don't even look at connection requests unless they have a connect request, because I have a limited quota. I have got already 8,000. I have reached 8,000. So I can connect with only more is 22,000. I have a target list of more than 5 lakh people. So I have to be very selective about whom I connect. Is this person going to be of any value for me? Be selfish about your connects. Is this person going to be any value for me? Can this person recommend me? Can this person being in this person's network will give me a visibility? Remember, when you connect with a person and that person is in your first level connect, and if you make a post and that person comments on that post or likes it, you get known to his connects also. So you can get into his second level connects. So is this person going to give me a visibility? Think about that, and based on that, connect with the person and create a customized connect request. That connect request should be very authentic and appreciative. Just don't simply say, I found you on LinkedIn, your profile on LinkedIn is 5-star or great, I want to connect with you. That person does not, if he's at a higher ranker person at a higher rank, at a higher level for you, he will not care. He will give a damn and say, hell, I received 10 requests like this. So show him some value. Be authentic, that I came across your post. I find it interesting. I would like to share my thoughts with you. I share my thoughts with you. Let us get connected on LinkedIn. Write a message which is authentic, which tells you. Don't go out and say straight away say, I am connecting with you because your company is looking for a bid manager and I am looking for a job. It will look like you are pestering him or her. Don't do that. Be authentic. Connect with him. Maybe be appreciative. Say, there is a lot to learn from you. I really appreciate your thoughts on that post, in that post which you have shared. And there is a lot to learn from you. Let us get connected. Let us stay connected on LinkedIn. That person will accept your connect request. So don't stop sending LinkedIn connect requests. Write a note, even if it is 10 words, even if it is 2 lines or 20 words. You can't write anyway more than that. So be authentic and be appreciative. Everyone loves appreciation. There's no one person in this world who doesn't love appreciation, but know there is a difference between appreciation and flattery. Don't try to flatter, but be appreciative, and be authentic. Do it from the heart, and you will see people accepting your conviction. Okay. Third thing to do is basically set your job alerts. You can always create alerts in the job for that particular role. Whether you want to apply for that job or not is a secondary question. But if you set your job alert in LinkedIn, every day you will be, anybody who is posting a job related to that particular role, you will get to know about. It will come to you in your private message, in your notifications. It will come to you as an email. So somebody let LinkedIn find the job for you. So set a job alert for LinkedIn and identify the companies which you want to apply. Don't just go out and randomly apply. Identify the companies you want to apply. If you are if you are very aggressively looking for it, apply with your competitors. Because your competitors will find advantage in you because you are coming from the competitor's camp. That's another trick which you can use, and it works. Okay. Your competitors may be watching you and they may know, okay, this guy is coming from that company's pre-sales. He knows everything about what is the rates, what are the solutions, what are the things, all their key features he may be knowing. Let me hire him. You become a good candidate for it. So you can start with your competing companies which you have been competing in the past and look at them if they are employing and then apply for them. Second thing is, once you find people who are in the network and you also find a job in being published in their being published from that particular company, instead of directly going and applying on the LinkedIn job application, try to find a person who is in your connect, who is in your network and who is working for the company. Because when that person recommends, you are getting a referral, and it is good for that person also because he is internally referring you, and there may be a bonus for internally referring the person. So he may earn some money out of it also. Okay. So people are happy to do referrals. So instead of directly going out and jumping on the LinkedIn job apply, because that is going to go directly to the recruiter's inbox. Here, a employee is referring a candidate. So your one level of validation or verification is already being done. Okay. So references will always get an edge over applying directly through LinkedIn. Okay. And there are certain hacks which are available, like LinkedIn gives you access to LinkedIn Premium for 1 month free of cost. LinkedIn gives you access to Sales Navigator free of cost for 1 month. Once you have optimized your profile, once you have created your target audience list, go and apply for the premium version and the Sales Navigator version. Go when it is given, when the Sales Navigator version is something around 5,000, 4,000 something, and premium is something around 3,000 something. But when it is coming free for you, apply for the higher one. Go for the Sales Navigator. Now Sales Navigator, and when you go to apply, when you apply for Sales Navigator, you get a free for Sales Navigator 1 month trial for Sales Navigator. You directly get access to the LinkedIn Learning, and in the LinkedIn Learning you can get n number of courses. Whether it is bid management, whether it is proposal writing, whether it is everything. That is one thing. Go and learn whatever, and these are short courses, 2.5 hour courses. Everything becomes free for you. Go and learn whatever you get over there. See whatever you can get from there. Second thing is, use Sales Navigator, because Sales Navigator has got a very powerful search. I'll show you something on Sales Navigator. It has got a very powerful search, which is not there on the LinkedIn search. Okay. In LinkedIn search, you have got these advanced filters. We'll see those advanced filters. But in LinkedIn Navigator, you have got very strong search, and you have got more filters done. So you can be a very focused, and you can do that within that 1 month and export them out as CSVs and Excel sheets and maintain that contact list, and then go to LinkedIn and then start connecting with those people and build your network. Okay. After 1 month, just downgrade, come back. Okay, LinkedIn asks for your credit card number and everything. Put it, but set a reminder for yourself that at least 2 days before you will bring you will scale down to the normal or the premium, whatever you want to have. Okay. So, but if you are a premium, then again your charges will start. Okay. So for that 1 month which you are getting for free, utilize it to the maximum to build your contact database. Your contact database for employers, your contact database for recruitment managers, your contact database for hiring managers. Build that and then start connecting with them on LinkedIn. Start following them on LinkedIn. So that's what you can do about job searching on LinkedIn. Is that clear, or you want to have anything else? You have any questions? So any questions? Or should we move ahead?
No question. No question.
Okay. So how do you think, is this thing going to help you with your job search, or you need something else, or you understand where exactly you are going wrong if it is you're not getting the right type of jobs?
No, I think it's very useful guidance. First of all, how to connect people. It's very critical and important to know, and respect them and let them know, about them and and the reason why you want to connect with them. So it's very good to know about how we should be doing on LinkedIn, right? And second thing about search, yeah, it's really critical that we need to be more focused and utilize the opportunity when we are deeply looking for a job change.
So I think with all this, whatever we have heard and what we have discussed in this session, try doing this, try practicing this on LinkedIn, because even if I show you how to play around, you will be possibly, maybe I can show you some things, certain things, or we can do another session also where we can play around with the LinkedIn and show you what else. But more important is that you do it yourself, because no one, or else there are, if you want, like you want to get a resume written, there is a resume writer. There are even people who are writing profiles for LinkedIn also. So you can find them, just do a Google search, and for maybe for 2,000 or 500 or 3,000 people, $3,000, they write your profile also, professional profile also, and your, or they write your LinkedIn profile also. But I don't see much value in that. If you can write good, if you can talk good about yourself, better go and read some good profiles, look at some good profiles, see the popular faces on LinkedIn, see their strategies, and do it for yourself. You will and keep optimizing. That is why it is optimizing. That is, you will do one step at a time, and it will improve gradually. It will improve incrementally. It will not be one shot that आज रात को profile update किया, कल सुबह 200 connect आ गए, request आ गए. But over a period of, like I told you, like I was in 2000, I was in 2200 or 2300. In 4 years time, I have grown to 8,000. Okay. And today I am getting, every day at least I am getting 4 or 5 network connections. So it happens gradually. It increases only with a lot of perseverance. Earlier I was writing maybe 1 post in a month. Today I am writing at least 4 posts in a month, or at least 3 or 4 posts, 5 posts in a month. I am liking whatever I see good, I feel engaging, I am writing, I am commenting on it. I am using hashtags, lot of hashtags. I include people with a @ hashtag. You include profile, because that gives you reach into their network also. So try doing this, and if you have any challenges, or if you have, maybe we can also do another session in which we can also discuss about how these steps can be implemented. But as I said, it is all about your learning, your personal learning. You learn more from, and there is no dearth of learning. Do Google, go to YouTube. You will get n number of videos. But look, now at least you know what you need to do. Okay. Now go and search for YouTube and try practicing them, try implementing them. And don't get over enthusiastic sending 100 requests in a day. Don't send more than 30 requests in a day. LinkedIn will figure out whether you are a human or a bot, and they may can even blacklist you. They will obviously give you a warning, but then they can blacklist you also. There are certain tools which are used for automation, but you have to be very careful because LinkedIn does not support automation. LinkedIn opposes automation, very strongly opposes automation. But there are tools, people use tools like LinkedIn Helper, but be very cautious about them. Don't use your profile to use those tools. Use a secondary profile, somebody else's profile, and you to run that, to create those scripts. And then when you are done with it, after that, come back to your profile and use those scripts in that case. Okay. So any more questions? Anything else you want to know? If not, then let us call it a day here, and you can always connect back with me. So that's it. We are starting our okay, Dipesh, I will address to you personally, or you want me to address here? There's a question. So obviously, if you think that PMP training and certification, project management, it all totally depends on your background. That if you are from project management and you want to see a site in project management, role in project management or project governance, then possibly yes, PMP certification definitely is going to help you. But in APMP, if you are into bid management, yes, APMP training and certification can help you because it becomes it's a proof of your credential. So that's all about. Okay, so bid management, if you are in bid management, then yes, definitely APMP certification creates it's a proof of your credibility, that you at least know the industry best practices, and it obviously helps you for recruiters to basically shortlist you at least, because that becomes a criteria, that becomes a selective selection criteria. Okay, then we'll end up over here. You are
Thanks,
very
Abhijit.
safe
Thanks
and
for the session.
weekend, and we'll, any other questions you have, just ping me privately. I will be happy to answer, and if needed, we will do another session. Okay.
Sure.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Good night.
Thank you
Thank you,
so
Vijay.
much. Thank you.